got in, guys. Tuesday cost cutter at Acorn. I've gone and drawn myself a lovely peg in peg 9. Hopefully the wind's not hitting the microphone too hard. So I'm fishing a solely maggot. I'm actually really starting to put water in front of me. Everybody's gone along. The only person I've seen buckfish is Dan Squires on peg 40. He's just had one. He'll be fishing across in the shallow water. Nobody else has had anything yet. And I'm just throwing bait, just short of throw. Fishing just past it. Just trying to see what I can get. See if I get any indications or anything. I'm on the bottom of the slope here, and I can come back up the slope a little bit into the feed. Or to fish just above the feed. So I'm fishing kind of just below the feed or just above the feed, so I'm out of the way. That's my start. I think there's 20 anglers fishing today. The weights have really dropped off now. The weather's gone cold and gnarly and windy. As usual, as soon as it goes hard and it's a horrible day, I've drawn the best peg on the lake, so now the pressure's on me to do well in a crap situation. That's where we're at. Probably not going to bother leaving the cameras on too long. It's not looking like it's going to be a line-in start. I've hooked something that might be foul up the way it's fighting. Yeah, it's foul up this is. So I'm going over there and I'm catching. And I'm just foul looking fish. At the moment. So I'm thinking I might go up into that shallow water, but I ain't got a rig set up for that shallow water. So I've just lost one and hooked one. Hooked one and lost him, broke the hook length, much bigger than this fish, or foul up in a different place. And I've had a roach, I've had a couple of roach. And they're definitely coming and getting interested in maggots, but they're not. They're not feed. They might be feed, but they're not feeding on maggots that I'm. I don't know if the maggots are drifting up the bank or whether they're just not feeding. Typically here they just sit on that far bank, these fish at Acorn. Only a small one, couple of pound. What I might do is mark this depth, and I might just come half depth. Mark the depth of this rig. I'm going to mess about half depth for a bit. It might be a bit too windy to do it properly with this rig on. But we can have a little look. Come right down to sort of there. Just see that see if that gets us some bites or fish that are shallower or not. So probably about 20 minutes and I ain't checked the time. Feels like 20 minutes, 25 minutes. The only person I've seen catching it, only fish, Dan have 2 fish, peg 40, Gary's had one on peg 5, Bob's just landed one now, peg 4, so there are a few fish coming out. I feel like people are catching the deep water, so maybe this deep water line, which is what I'm feeding now, is going to come good for me. So what we do is just drop that rig in shallow and I'll tap these maggots in from a height. Wasp and fuck off. I'm just going to put the rig in the middle of it and see what happens. Push back a bit so that the rig sits nice. Just see if something will grab that. Sometimes I'll just grab it. Dangling here. There's a little indication there. This just isn't going to work, the wind. It's too windy. This was a stupid idea. problem. This is why I hate this peg. I absolutely hate this peg. This is why. It's always with fish, but you can't fish it. I don't know how people fish it. People catch a lot of fish out of this thing, and I do not know how they do it. Very frustrating. So I'm going back on my short line because I just don't like that long line. I feel like not bothering with it for the rest of the day. I'm just seeing if I can sort out this shorter line. It's just garbage over there. So let's go down into the deep water. We've fed a good few pinches of maggots now over the first 30 minutes or so. Just put some 3 sections, because we just hold the joint on that one. Silverfish, but I feel like it. Put something down that deep water. Just put a bit of ground bait down on this line, a bit of Tom's Edge mix. It's not really what it's designed for, but it's what I mixed some up because I weren't sure if these fish might come in the edge late on. So I had some mixed up for that, and I thought, well, I'll try a bit. So I've got to find a way of putting a run of fish together because other people seem to be catching. No, I don't. But then this is the curse of peg 9. I cannot crack this peg because my headed every time I draw it. I've had a few silvers. I was struggling on every line that I was feeding and fishing. So I decided to go do the tackle shop, buy myself a cup of tea. I put some bait in on this shorter line that I hadn't really fished. This took a top kit and a few, half a top kit and half a number 4. I'm fishing on now. I put half a pot of maggots on it. Went for a walk, come back, put the rig over it, had a few little indications, had a roach, and then I've just been like throwing over the top of it and putting the rig in. I've had 2 carp pretty quickly, small ones, like 2 or 3 pounders, and I thought, well, that's good. And I thought I was going to get a run of them, but then I've had a couple of roach after that, and then I've just had 2 nice skimmers off it as well. So, it's produced more activity in the last sort of 10-15 minutes than I've had all match. Maybe I've just been fishing too, I knew I was probably fishing too deep, but I wanted to fish the shallow water across, and I've tried to persevere with the wind conditions not being quite right for the way I wanted to fish it. What I should have done was biffed it off earlier and come short perhaps, because maybe this line might produce a few more fish for me towards the end now. Now what I've also done is round to my right, top kit in 2 sections, I found the same depth as I've got across at the bottom of the near slope, and I've big potted maggots in there twice now. Not gone on it yet. Some big potted maggots with a bit of ground bait just to draw some fish in. The sun's right in the middle of it at the moment, so I've got to leave it half an hour, at least another half an hour before I can put a rig in there and see whether or not there's anything. But I just thought if I big pot it and leave it, maybe a couple of units might move in, and I might be able to grab a couple of units. And there's a little bite, it's another little roachy. Just wait till I hook him. He's right in the middle of the swim. There's a lot of roach today. Seems to be one of the few things that's still feeding. Roach and skimmers. I've had no big perch yet. I've had 1 tench, not a big one, but might squeak a pound. What time we got booked, guys? Got the fish on here. Alright, we've got just over an hour to go. After I turned you off a second ago, when I spoke to you last, I went down over to the right, try to catch over the big potted maggots, and all I caught was a little tiny bootlace eel. which tangled me rig up and made a right mess, but got it all sorted anyway. Couldn't get another bite over it, so I topped it back up with put a bit more ground bait on it this time. Come back onto the short line where I just tapped in where I just put in a small amount of maggot. Gone over it. I've had a skimmer, so I've loose fed it, gone back over it, had a really big, well, not a really big perch, but a nice perch. Gone back over, loose fed it again, gone back over it up this, which I think is a good sized carp, is what I think this is. Right, maybe that's what it is. I'm going to take that off because it's doing me in. He's up fairly squarely in the mouth, I can tell by the way I'm playing him. By the way he's like water, under control. He's not that big, but we've got the light gear on, so it is hard to land. We've got the light gear on still. So we've got the light up length. Maybe £4, isn't he? Three and a bit pound. Probably not quite 4. I'm in the top bit. Call him 3. Very delicate bite. Very subtle little bite that was. Just try and get this exactly where it needs to be. That's another good fish. Fish not far up. Fighting like it's foul up. Let's get rid of it with a net in case he pops up for an easy netting. Keep him over to the left here if I can. He's definitely 4. Bugger. It's a liner. So I struck at it, I knew it was a liner, and as soon as it was a slow bite. I thought I shouldn't have struck at that. And then I've connected with the fish off the bottom. So yeah, definitely a liner. Get this out, so we'll play it quite positively, and if it comes in, it comes in. If not, it'll bust the up length or the hook will pull out. One or the other. There's no strong hook holders, but you can tell by how difficult it is to land this fish. That'll be why that'll be what the other bite was that we missed. It'll probably be this same fish. Give me a liner. Just seem to want it. He just seemed to want to stay on, but he's not there. Roach, nice one. A little carp, I think. Boiling around. fish, little 2 pounder.